It's Panic Pancake here. It's been a very long time since I have streamed, so we're gonna do a quick, I'm not gonna say quick, but I am gonna do a playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club. I've been meaning to play this for you guys for a while, um, and I finally got the full game release on my PlayStation. I know. I'm an old gen, still behind. Hopefully that'll change here in 2025. But, so, without further aggression, this is my gameplay of Doki Doki Literature Club. I do plan on trying to do the pigeon dating simulator, because I did that once on my channel before, but I didn't really like the audio content that I had on there. This is not going to be the best either, but we're going to try. I really want to get back into it 2025, so we'll see. This game is not suitable for children or those that have suicidal tendencies, thoughts, patterns. It is a pretty dark game. You contrast to the cutesy little characters you see before you. Um, and I will say that we're probably going to do like maybe just 30-minute intervals, just to see how it goes, really. So, gonna go ahead and get this started. Again, I'm going to reference that I'm coming into this completely blind, so therefore I would like to come into this game completely blind. So again, if you are under the age of 18, please do not watch this content. If you also have suicidal tendencies, do not watch this content. Again, one more time. I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but if you do not want to watch this, now is the time to just stop watching. Continue on with something else about your day. There's 5,000 gameplays of every other type of game out there. Just stop watching. Maybe that's too loud. Okay. Let's see about the sound here. Does that sound okay to everybody? I hope so. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get this started. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might be drawn to herself. That girl is Saikori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. I'm trying to see if there's a button to... Okay. We used to go to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running away. However, I just sigh and I go in front of the crosswalk and let Saikoi catch up to me. Also, I'm sorry in advance if I'm butchering names. I'm trying. Ah! I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're ignoring me. That's mean, Panic. Well, if people stare at you acting weird when I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you could say you have... I guess you could say it... I'm so sorry. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean to me even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sugoi. Hee hee. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Panic, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't even been looking either. That's not true. You told me you were joining this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Square likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on game and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness really is important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in the next few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me worry about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if that makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get pictured into a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to put her mind at ease, at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. School day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Squirry wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Squirry? Squirry must have been in the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out to the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there, spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't really wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club, you know. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sakori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Aww, meanie. Sakori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 90% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest, after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I counted to the club yesterday. I was bringing a new member. And cutesy made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sakuri's really that much of an airhead or if she's just cunning as to having planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by Cupcake, okay? Yay, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sugoi across the school and upstairs a section of the school I barely visit. And I'm doing a save real quick. Sugoi, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Huh? Glance around the room. Welcome to Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sugoi always has nice things to say about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Panic. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. I can't say her name. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small frame makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sugoi. You can just ignore her. She gets moody. Sugoi says that quietly in my ear, then turned backwards towards the other girls. Anyways, that's Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest one in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sugoi and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. It's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Panic. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other, but we rarely talked. But we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile so generally at me feels a little... You too, Monica. Come on, sit, Panic. We have room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. Okay, it's cupcake. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sugoi mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one spare next to Monica and one spare next to Sugoi. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sugoi. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and the little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. It's so cute! I had no idea you were this good at baking, Natsuki. That's Natsuki? Wow. Oof. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sugoi grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sugoi tells her with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing all over her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but feel her sneaking glances in my direction. She waited for me to take a bite. Sorry. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she's made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this before? Made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Saguri said... Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, dummy. Alright. If you give up on Nakuyuki's weird logic and... I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuki returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yeah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated by Yuki's trying to... Don't get intimidated, Yuki's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that you don't... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be the pastime for me, but I at least enjoy the tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So it made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sakura. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet. Sakura seems really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make this club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm impressed. Or I'm surprised. Sorry. How come you decided to start your own club? You could be the board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something personally I enjoy and make something special out of it. And if I encourage others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. But I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when something doesn't grab their attention, like literature. You would have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. It makes school events like the festival much more important. I'm confident that we really will grow this club before we graduate. Right everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. It's just different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why we're all so delighted at the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Panic, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how I've read the past few years, I don't really have a way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking, after seeing Yuki's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately take on an advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you in for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I could relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri, I can't talk, might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes on me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world if for only a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of your scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sakori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on his shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to be open to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the most deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Yep. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more confident enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Panic? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back at the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sagori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made a decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought. Panic. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I have to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sagori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Panic, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hehe. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already felt anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Panic, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sugoi, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will they really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing my poem tonight. Okay, so now it's time to write a poem. Pick your words of your favorite club member that you think they'll like. Something good might happen. Okay. So, I think I will finish this poem and then I will call it a gameplay there. And we will be back tomorrow with another session. So... that was all over the place. Okay, so before we do that, we're gonna finish there, and we will just see where we go from there. So hopefully I will see you all back here tomorrow, about the same time, around 10 p.m. my time, whatever. Anyways, have a good night.